The reason you're not where you want to be, it's not because of the market. It's not your strategy. It's not luck or yada, 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 whatever you may want to call it, man. It always comes down to you. You know, and until you learn how to outwork yourself, you know what I mean? You know, your current version of yourself, you could say, you know, you're staying exactly where you are. And to be honest, that's just the reality of it. Like, I'm not sugarcoating it. You know, you clicked on this video for a reason. So let's talk about it and let's dive into it. The truth is that most people are lazy, right? They're lazy. People are lazy. And they're not just lazy, but they're stuck in a constant loop over and over and over and over. Okay? The issue is they have the same habits, the same thinking, the same results. And you can't win in trading or in life if you're doing something that isn't working and you're just repeating it. You're doing over and over. Like, that is pretty much useless, right? And you also can't win if you have your current identity. Like, you need to literally outwork and become a different person to get the different results that you need. And we're going to be talking about that as well, because I think when people hear that, they think to themselves, like, what the fuck are you actually talking about, bro? Like, I need to be a different person. But it's not that hard to wrap your head around, and I want to talk about that. Your current self right now is more than likely designed to keep you safe. First of all, let's talk about why people don't change, right? I mean, biologically speaking, your brain is built to, like, you know, as I mentioned, keep you safe, but it doesn't like discomfort. It doesn't like new things. Nobody likes change, right? That's obvious, okay? Think about it. You wake up in the morning, and what's the first thing that you do in the morning, right? You scroll on Instagram, or you scroll on TikTok, or you do this, or you do that. And those habits, like, that is just pure dopamine straight in the morning. I think when you wake up in the morning, first thing you should do is not even turn on your phone. First 30 minutes of your day, no phone, no TV, no screens, just you and nature type of thing, you know? If you get too comfortable, you're going to stagnate. You're going to go sideways. You're not going to go anywhere. So what does this mean when it comes to trading? Okay, if you are skipping your back testing, okay, I think that if you are already a profitable trader and you're not having any issues in your strategy or anything like that, then, you know, you don't really need to back test, because you know your statistics, you know everything that works, you know what doesn't work. So you don't really need to back test. But if you are still a beginner and you haven't back tested, then obviously that's something that you do need to do, because you don't know your statistics. You don't know your win rate, you don't know your losing rate, all that sort of stuff, okay? Your yearly percentage win rate, okay? That is so, like, you need to know that as a trader. If you're not reviewing losses or even over trading after a loss, and you're not trying to figure out why you are doing that as a person, like what is actually triggering you to press those buttons, you're never going to make money trading. That is for sure a fact. Like, when I say that you should be outworking yourself, I'm not talking about like trading 24/7 or like grinding 24/7. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about like working so hard that you burn out. I'm not talking about that, like the toxic hustle culture, bro. Don't even get me started on that. I think that's just a bunch of ass, to be honest. What I'm talking about is, when I say that you should be outworking yourself, I'm talking about doing what the current version of you is not doing. Okay, you should be journaling your trades. Okay, you should be looking into why you took a loss and why you felt that way after you took a loss. Okay, you should be doing all of these things, and you shouldn't just look at this in the version of trading. You should look at it outside of your life as well. So, are you eating good food? Are you taking care of your diet? Are you going for a walk and enjoying the sunshine when you can? Like, all of these things, whether you might not think it, really does affect your trading in one way or another. What is your mindset when like shit hits the fan in real life? Are you you know, like looking at the bad side of it, or are you looking at the positive side of it, if there is a positive, right? But you can always find a positive in something, because you know, it's all about mindset, really. I'm not saying you need to get more motivation or have more motivation or whatever. You just need to set a higher standard for yourself as a person, and like, that's it, man. Like, that's all you need to do. You don't need to guess your way through trading, which is why I built my trading program or whatever, because most traders lack effort, they lack structure. If you want a system to follow instead of just hoping to get results by clicking buttons, look, just click the link in the description, join the course, join the team, and get paid. It's that simple. I'm going to give you guys a couple of pointers of something that you can change, you know, for yourself in order to be a better trader and just literally outwork your current version of yourself. But you know what that means, because I've talked about it. So first of all, you need to identify your weak self, okay? When I say weak self, what I'm referring to here is, you know, where in your life are you being inconsistent, right? Are you not showing up for your friends? Are you not showing up for yourself even? Like, you know, we talked about diet and everything. Like, you know, are you not taking care of your mental health? These are things that I don't think people actually look at. When they think of trading, they just look at trading and they think of trading and that's it. But you need to look at more than just that, because it is more than just trading, you know what I mean? And you need to set non-negotiable rules for yourself when you are trading, okay? So you're not going to trade during crazy news events, right? You're not going to trade after taking 2 losses. You're going to journal every trade, right? So little rules that you know you can follow, just small things, but you have to follow them, because when you follow them, you build trust with yourself, okay? You build discipline, you build trust. Do the opposite of what you're normally doing, okay? So for example, if you feel like not showing up to the market for whatever reason, show up regardless. If you feel like over trading, literally take a step back. Like, I remember when before I became profitable, the biggest issue that I used to have was over trading, because I wanted money now. But the issue is, when you're over trading, you're not thinking straight, okay? And that is going to cause a lot of problems in your trading. So you really need to like lock that in, okay, and just do the opposite of what you're doing. Quite literally, like, you need to make a list, see what problems you're causing in your trading or whatever, do the opposite right there and then. And I think the biggest thing for consistency and outworking yourself is to literally build small wins, okay? Consistency will always beat intensity, okay? Always. When you are disciplined as a person, it compounds, okay? Think of it as profits. It compounds just like profits. It's cliche to say, but it's true. There was a long time in my trading journey where, you know, I was inconsistent. I wasn't making money. I would pass phase 1 of like a trading prop firm challenge. I would fail phase 2. This was back when I was trading CFDs before I changed to futures. But, you know, there was a time where I couldn't keep up with it. And that's just the reality. And I either change or I find another business to get into, you know, because look, there's only so much that like any person can take financially, like realistically, you know what I mean? So you gotta like really, if you want this for yourself, you have to just stop fucking around. Like, it's a business, right? If you're not treating it like a business, you're honestly just wasting your damn time, okay? Treat it like a business. Pay yourself, please, okay? If you want the best discount codes for prop firms, use code NQW. You can also check the link in the description for the best prop firm deals. Peace out.